Hello, my fellow YouTubers. What I have in front of me here is two power amplifiers. One is a Prima Dialogue Premium HP power amplifier that I purchased this year. Yeah, this year. Let me tell you, it's very, very heavy. The cage comes off. Currently, the output tubes are EL34s, but this power amp can use EL34s, like I said before in our previous video. EL34 KT66, 6550s, KT120s, KT88s, and KT150. Currently it's EL34s. This is output tubes. Got 2, 4 per channel. It's a stereo power amp. So these 4 are for the left channel. These 4 are for the right channel. And currently it's running EL34s. If you switch it to this side, there's a little meter. You can see this or not. Or a little button here that you can switch from KT88s or KT120s, the bigger tubes. Right now it's in EL34 mode. You can switch it to the bigger tubes. KT88s, KT120s, and KT150s. It's called tube selector. I didn't know much about the KT150 tubes until I purchased this other power amp. The audio research VT80 SE. Alright, this power amp comes with the KT150 power tubes, output tubes. It only has 4 output tubes, 2 per channel. These 2 for the left channel, these 2 output tubes for the right channel. And like I said before, I never dealt with the larger tubes, the KT150s, until I purchased this amp. And this amp really impressed me. Like I said in a previous video, I didn't have a favorite power amp, but this ARC VT80 SE really impressed me. I know the brand. I have a VT100 Mark III amp in the music room, which I love also. But this amp took it up to a whole nother level. Like I said, I know the brand. I think my favorite power amp as of now that I can't afford is the Audio Research, the 160 monoblocks, which I heard at Overtures, and them amps really pretty much shoes off. And I hear some of that 160 in this amp. This is a lower range. I think this is the I forgot what series it was. Might be the Evolution series. I forgot. I got so many amps I get them mixed up. But this power amp blew my shoes off, my socks off, everything off. I really love this amp. This is one that I never part with. And it comes with the KT 150 output tubes. Stereo amp. So it's a beast. 8 ohm taps, 4 ohm taps. You even got a counter here to count the hours that the tube's been used, have been running, output tubes. Balance or RCA. Balance or single ended. I got it on balance mode because I use the balance inputs. You don't have to buy this amp. You don't have to buy that amp. So these amps are, they're awesome. You don't need to get a screwdriver and try to, nah. Yeah, I had a disaster trying to buy an amp, and it was the Audio Research VT100 Mark III. My hand slipped, the voltmeter touched the wire, live wire, and the amp was smoking. It shut down my preamp. But this thing here is a beast. Like I said, I know the brand. I love the brand. So I was asking myself, is it all Audio Research that gives me that sound, or does the KT150s play a part in that? So what I decided to do, because I love this amp so much, and I was wondering, I know the KT50s play a huge part in this sound, this amp, but how much of a part, I really don't know. Hence comes the Prima Luna. Hence comes the Prima Luna. The Prima Luna, like I said, it runs EL34s, and the output to primarily you can throw in this amp and it plays. But I love that sound from the ARC and the KT150. So what I did, I purchased a set of KT150s from Upscale Audio. All right. So what I'm going to do, right back, I gotta get a towel. My Macintosh towel. I'm going to replace the EL34s, which I love that sound also. But that ARC blew me away with them KT150s. So I'm going to remove the EL34's output tubes out of the Prima Luna Premium HP power amplifier. And I'm going to install 8 KT150s. Right now, the current amp that I'm playing in my system is the Moderate KWA 150 SE. So that'll continue playing for a while. But I'm just setting this amp up. Alright, so we're going to take the first KT150 out of the box. I think I have these cryo-treated Upscale Audio. I think they were matched as far as, I think I used the Audio Research matching that Upscale Audio offers. Dun dun dun. Ooh, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. That's a KT150. The very same tube that's in the Audio Research VT80 SE. I'm going to install these in the Prima Luna. I'm going to find that pin. There's the pin, guiding pin. I'm going to find the slot for the guiding pin on the power amp. And everything everything should fit nicely. First one in. Alright, you can see that. Second KT 150. So the primary thing here, installing tubes. I've done installed tubes without gloves and gloves, so I don't know. Some say you don't get fingerprints or your oil from your fingers onto the tubes. I've done them both ways. But since these tubes are very expensive, I think I paid for 8 KT 150 tubes. That'll bring you like $1,200. So this was a $1,200 purchase. So you want to be careful with these tubes. Always find that guiding pin, little notch is in the black part of the little knob there, little notch that'll fit right in the slot on the power ramp. Can't go wrong. And when I do decide to fire this amp up, hopefully I hear a big improvement over the EL34s. If not, all's well. I want to try KT 150 in this amp anyway. I love big tubes. Every time I get a power amp or a preamp this tube, and it's got a 5A or 4 rectifier tube, I want to replace that tube with a 274B. It's a lot bigger tube. I like big tubes, and this tube is freaking huge. All right, the first 4 in. I got 4 more to go. Hope this is not a boring video. Hope it comes out good. It looks a little blurry. All right, this is the 5th tube. Front slot. And I'll put the 3 to 4 tubes in these boxes when I'm done. Oh, you don't want to drop these tubes. They're very expensive, I said before. If I open the right side up. Like I said, I love both of the amps. You don't have to bias them. They're self-biasing. I think in the original audio research, VT 80 power amp used the KT 120 tubes, but this is the SE version, special edition, and this runs the KT 150s. Can you run the 120s in here? I'm not sure. I wouldn't even want to anyway, because these tubes and this audio research amp, it blew me away. I got a lot of amps in. That one really impressed me. Alright, so there you have it. I just installed the 8 KT88, not KT88, it's KT 150 output tubes in the Prima Luna Dialogue Premium HP power amp. This amp is a lot heavier than this amp, trust me on that. I expected to get great sound quality out of this amp because, like I said before, I know the brand. The brand is awesome. I love all the research products. Prima Luna products I heard at the audio show with Kevin Deal. I forgot what show it was. It wasn't so many shows. Could have been the Rocky Mountain Audio Fest. It could have been the Chicago Exponia. It might have been in Chicago Exponia. Also, I always attend the Rockville show, Capitol Audio Fest. I only did a half a show since COVID, so I bought a Corvette also between that time frame. So a lot of my time been with the Corvette and the Corvette shows. All right, so once again, I'm hoping that this amp sound will improve. That's why I purchased the 8 KT150s, because the 4 KT150s and this bad boy, that blew my mind. It had that same sound quality or similarities to the Auto Research M160, I believe. Monoblocks I heard. I never heard the stereo version, the 160S. I only heard the monoblock versions and overtures on the Avalon acoustic speakers, and that really impressed me. So when I bought this from the music room, I wasn't expecting it to sound good because of the brand, but I didn't know it would sound this good when I plugged it in and played it. And it's like, oh man, I hit a home run when I bought this thing. I said, my Lord, it reminds me of the M160 monoblocks. The same similarities and the same output to use. They use the KT150 also, and the 160s, the S and the M. I think now all your latest power amps from Audio Research now, they all use the KT150s. So also Audio Research love these tubes, and so that's why I bought the other tubes to put in this amp, because it's Audio Research live and die by these tubes, and I hear it firsthand on this amp. That's why I jumped on the chance to put these same tubes in the Prima Luna. So the tube selector, I got it on KT88, KT120, the higher tubes now, so it'll run KT150, which is in here now. EL34, which I replaced, they sounded awesome. This amp sounds awesome, but I'm definitely going to get denied to this amp with the KT150s from what I heard, compared to this amp and the EL34s. Now let's see how this amp compares to this amp with the KT150s. Alright, so was it just the amp, or was it the amp with the KT150s? Alright, it could have been just the amp, and this was just tubes just sound great in this power amp. But I'm thinking these tubes contributed to the sound that I hear out of this ARC power amp. So if that's the case, these same tubes should bring up the sound quality in the Prima Luna. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I mean, it sounds good either way. I'm just going to try to give it a boost. I'll report back. Right now, like I said, the power amp in the system now is the Moderate KWA 150. That amp sounds good. I had it in now probably about not quite a month. Might be already on a month. So I'll let it play another month or so if I can. Then I'll plug this back in the system. I didn't play this very long in the system with the EL34s to have this playing when I purchased this. So I wanted this to play another month or so when I got this, but I couldn't wait. So I pulled this out, stuck this in. Alright, so I'll play this as soon as I get done playing the Moderate. Alright, Alright, once again, the name of the channel is Mix and Match Stereo. My name is Sarge, USMC. Best branch in the whole world. Alright, so I'm going to take this off the tripod. And I'm going to walk around both power amps. I'm going to pause it and come right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, now you can see the amps a lot better from this angle. This is the Prima Luna Dialogue Premium HP power amp. I bought it earlier in the year from Upscale Audio. Yeah, I did. Upscale Audio. It's a beautiful amp. Just not something over. I think that's my dog's water bowl. It's a beautiful amp. I just took out the EL34s to install the KT150s. This amp also, you can go from stereo to mono if you buy a second one, which I almost did because I had one on the Music Room website for under $3,000. Well, I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know. This is the on-off switch. Little input tubes and driver tubes. I think they're all 12 AU7s. This thing's a freaking beast. This is a selector for the bigger tubes, KT88s, KT120s, also KT150s, although it's not on there. And you push it down for the smaller tubes, EL34s, KT77s, 629s. This thing will play or 62C7s, whatever it is. It'll play them. Alright, that's this thing of beauty. Here's the Auto Research VT80. This is the SE version. When it first came out, just VT80 with the KT120 tubes. They decided to upgrade that amp to the VT80 SE with the KT150 tubes, which I'm glad they did because this thing is a monster. Made in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Alright, there's the left channel, 2 KT150s. The right channel, 2 KT150s. I forgot the model of the input tubes. I think they're 6H30s, I believe. And this amp is also a thing of beauty. Alright. That's the right channel. Balance and RCA. There's your balance XLRs, RCA, single-ended. There's your counter. You want to count the hours of your tubes. Alright. Balance and unbalanced RCA. You can defeat. Well, you can have this amp on. You can defeat it. Right now, the Alto, it'll shut off automatically if you don't get a signal. But sometimes I defeated it because I had it playing and I had a real low pause in the music, and the amp shut down because it didn't detect the signal. So I'm defeating that so it never shuts off. Does it consume more power and wattage and your light bill goes up more? Yes, I do. I don't care. It's the music that matters to me. Alright, that's the Auto Research VT80 SE, the Prima Luna. Alright, let's take a walk into the music room. See what's currently on deck. This is the My Right Instruments KWA 150 SE. This also is a special edition. Has a blue beautiful light that you can defeat if you so desire to. I don't desire to because it matches my Macintosh gear. Macintosh power amps. This is a Macintosh 275, which I run in mono. Alright. That's some of the stuff. Hey, I just got back from New Orleans. Let me turn this light on. Just got back from New Orleans on vacation. And I got this figurine from New Orleans to add to the music room. I got this bass player from the Big Easy. I've been trying to get to New Orleans since 2005, before Katrina. I was able to make it. I finally made it. This was my 4th attempt. Also from New Orleans, I got a sign here that says Bourbon Street. Finally made it to New Orleans, birthplace of jazz. And it's on this bag right here, birthplace of jazz, New Orleans. So I wanted to put some, to get some authentic New Orleans paraphernalia to add to the music room. Hey, the French Quarters. So I was able to finally make it last week. New Orleans, Bourbon Street, baby. It was a blast. I'm going to go back. If you're into jazz, you gotta hit Bourbon Street. Oh, you gotta hit New Orleans. Right. Spent 4 days there. It was beautiful. All right, Sarge, USMC. I'm gonna put the EO34s in these boxes. All right, once again, Sarge, USMC. Name of the channel, Mix and Match Stereo. All right, signing off, Semper Fi. Stay tuned.